What's up guys, Cut Protagonist here, and today we'll be doing a Vanguard 0 deck profile on Angel Feather Limit Break. So with the brand new set 5, we are introduced to the brand new clan, Angel Feather. It is a very aesthetically pleasing deck. As you guys can see, the artwork of these angels are amazing. And they do have a very interesting playstyle, which is the damage zone is your extra hand. If you guys watch the anime, Rekka does say that, joke's on you, my damage is actually my hand. You know, something like this. I think she said something like that. Without the manly voice, of course. And so today we'll be doing a review on Angel Feathers. And I did manage to pull a decent amount of angels from this set. They have a lot of triple rare, is not gonna lie. I remember some of these cards not being triple rare, to be honest. This wasn't a triple, it was a double. This was a triple because this was amazing in the original TCG. So what are some of the pros and cons of Angel Feathers? So with the ability to fetch cards from the damage zone with Shamsiel or the Norciel series units, the grade 1s and grade 2s, you will be able to utilize digging cards from the damage zone. So in a way, Rekka was right. Your damage zone is basically your second hand. Really good because with a person with terrible luck like me, having the PGs always at the damage zone, this deck can just easily just pick it up. Okay, that PG in the damage zone, okay, it's here. I have a PG already. So it is actually pretty impressive. And they do have quite a big numbers with combos and a lot of ways to counter charge. So Royal Palace Wet Dreams counter charging is all in Angel Feathers. So Angel Feathers store all the counter charge. So what does this mean is you will be able to utilize units like Amaros, Core Memory Amaros, to constantly draw you extra cards because counter charging is so damn easy and you will never ever run out of counter blast in this deck. So stuff like Amaros and your extra attackers. This is basically medical gunners are basically your offensive units of the deck. Whenever she attack hits the Vanguard, she can come +1 to call a Reguard from the damage zone, and also allowing you to extend your game, extend your plays, which is extend your attacks. So this is actually slightly better than certain clans that do not even have ways to extend their plays. So pretty good. So without further ado, let's jump into deck profile and learn more about the Angel Feathers. So for this starter, we do have a similar to OTT starter, which is the Sunny Smile Angel. This is actually one of the best starters, even in the original TCG, because of the fact that it is a heal trigger and it goes back into your deck. So technically, this is one of those decks like OTT does have the access to 5 heal triggers. And if Sunny Smile Angel ends up in your damage zone, you know what that means. You can just pick it back up and then put it back onto the field. So that's what some of the pros of this deck. This deck is capable of healing up to 6 or 7 times. So a pretty good starter. Let's go to grade 1s. 2 copy of Norciel. I highly recommend you to play 3, but it is a triple rare and damn, it's expensive to build. So when placed, you may place a card from your hand into your damage zone. If you do, you add a card from damage zone to your hand. So one thing you want to note with these Norciel abilities is you want to keep them in your hand until you have a purpose for them. So what are the following purpose in my opinion? Firstly, if you want to get back your Sunny Smile Angel, which is your starter, because if she ends up in the damage zone, pick her back up, put it back, and get some extra heals going. Secondly, if you want to collect perfect guards, very important. Win me so many games when I just collected perfect guards. Thirdly, if you misgrade at your grade 3s, you see that Shamsiel or your or that other limit break in the damage zone, you can use her, pick it back up from the damage zone, preventing misgrade. And finally, for counter charging, so if there are some skills like Core Memory Amaros you want to use, do remember to try to select a card that is face down using its ability so that you can pseudo counter charge with her. 4 copies of the 1000 Ray Pegasus. One of the core units in Angel Feathers and represents Angel Feathers. Whenever cards is placed in damage zone, this unit gains +2k until end of turn. Reason why this card is actually pretty good is because it prevents rush. So if you write this in your early game as a 7k, you take a point of damage, you check a trigger, you're getting 7k extra power, 7k + 7k, 14k. So most of the time your opponent can't rush you in the early game. Now for the great ones, you can still write the burst shot, the 8k vanilla. It's no problem. But these guys do become 9k boosters in late game, and it's pretty good. 9k boosters together with 11k Million Ray Pegasus will make 20k magic number columns, and that's pretty good against other matchups. Alright. So for grade 2s, we play 2 copies of the Love Machine Gun Norciel. You want to get more of her as you can in the later game. Like when Metatron comes out, you probably want to farm up more Norciels. I'll probably get more of these grade 2s. I think grade 2s is great. The reason why grade 1 isn't that as powerful as in the TCG is because in the TCG you can guard with the grade 1, and while she's guarding, she will trigger her ability to put 1 card from the damage zone to your hand. So basically it's like I got with this shield, and I get a free counter charge and any card from my damage zone, and that's amazing. But in this game, you have to put into the Reguard circle to activate a skill. quite meh in my opinion. Get more of these. This is good. Next is 4 copies of the Armoros. With Angel Feather's ability to countercharge like crazy, Armoros does gives you extra hand size, and yeah, Blast 2 is kind of free in this deck to draw one free card when attack hits. So even attack intercepts, you can get to draw some cards. Very nice. 4 copies of Million Ray Pegasus. It's basically a pseudo 11k. If you swap multiple copies of multiple cards, if the 2k stacks, so you could add up to 11k, 13k, so you could hit cross strikes by your own. But if you swap multiple time damage with Sam Shield, Norcio, all the good stuff, you'll be getting higher numbers. 3 copies of Vanilla because you could play some other cards, but I think the Vanilla is a pretty solid choice since they can solo most of your opponent's intercepts anyway. And it's a pretty good, decent ride target for the Quick 2 ride. For the Grade 3s, you play 4 copies of Sam Shield. It is kind of like your main ride target. In this deck, I do honestly feel that riding either is as good because Sam Shield does have the ability to allow you to swap cards from your damage zone. So pick back and countercharge cards from your damage zone. Limit Break 4, when it's unit attacks, you can put a card from your hand to your damage zone. Usually I put cards like useless cards like triggers into your damage zone or any cards that you don't need. If you do add a card from damage zone back to your hand, so usually same as the Norcel series, you add back cards that are face down so you can get a counter charge going. Very good. And when cards are placed in the damage zone, this card gains plus 2k until the end of turn. So in a way, this is kind of like cross rides. Yeah, it's basically one of the limit break cross rides because whenever you take damage, you don't even need to be a limit break. You ride into her. Whenever you take damage, it becomes a 12k base attack, the 12k base defense. So your opponent does struggle a bit to hit. So after first form of damage, if you check a trigger, she will become 22k. That is pretty big. So if you check a triggers, you become 22k. So very, very defensive units. Secondary right target. Honestly, I don't know which is secondary, which is primary, because I also kind of like Kiriel, because Kiriel has the ability to Count Blast 2 to give you a +1 while swapping your damage as well. So when placed, Count Blast 2 to call a card from your damage zone, and so basically she's kind of like a Royal Paladin, allows you to superior call 1 rearguards to your field. You need a booster or intercept from the damage zone, you should just call out. So if you caught a face down card in the damage zone turn, the card face down in the damage zone face down. So if you call a card which is face up, you can keep it as a face up. So that's something you need to plan out properly. And also the Limerick 4, she becomes a 15k attacker. Pretty big, good in the late game, especially against cross rides. One of my favorite heal triggers is this Medical Gunner Hermes. When this card attack hits the Vanguard, Count Blast 1 and put it into your damage zone, and then call a card back out. So extend your place with your attack. If you caught a face down card, turn this card face down. So if you caught a face up card, she stays up face up. Her main purpose is just to extend your attacks and deal you extra attacks, which most of these decks are lacking. So it's very important. And 1 copy of, you could play anything, but you could play Community Flame because you do a lot of damage swapping. For each time you swap damage, you gain plus 2k attack power. Alright, let's jump into rank and try the deck out. So fighting against IG, probably gonna be Majestic Lord Blaster. Top 3 decks again. So let's see how Angel Feather fares against Majestic Lord Blaster. So it's a pretty decent hand. I could keep this and could work all the way with it. So okay, we'll keep that. He does not mulligan, so that might be a bad sign because it means he has a perfect hand. That's gotta be hard. So we do have a PG, and I hope I don't really want to ride a PG against MLB, but hopefully in the double draw going second, I get to draw another great one. Oh, actually, I'm blind. I really have a unicorn here. I keep confusing this with the great 2. So we have a pretty good start actually. Will I damage deny him? Probably not, because he probably has everything, every single card he need, combo pieces he need for MLB. So let's go for it, and I do have the boost because it's a Marin, unfortunately. So battle. Let's send that Sunny Smile Angel back. Unicorn. He gets 1 PG down. Good sign for me. Sending back, I draw a Sam Shield, which I could ride depending on the situation. If I go into 4 damage very early in the game, I will ride Sam Shield. Otherwise, I will just go Kiriel, because Kiriel ability to fetch me 1 free rearguards is way too good. So he rides the Blaster Dart. probably gonna go face with the Blaster Duck and search up for the MLB or whatever he needs. Damage check. The draw trigger, nice. Quite lucky with that. So hence going on overflow. I might, since this deck doesn't really retire much, I might call Rearguards early game because stuff like the Pegasus is. The stuff like Pegasus requires you to be a setup, especially if you're using Kiriel late game. So I'm going to show you what I meant in a few seconds. So I have a almost flooded hand, and I definitely want to keep the Amaros because Amaros are very important in this deck, and with the ability to counter charge a lot of this deck, it's good to keep Amaros so they can draw cards every single turn. So anyway, I will be calling my Rearguards down. So, yeah, I do want to push a bit of damage as well, so I'm going to call Amaros to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I usually want to keep my hand size at 6 or less in case I check too many triggers. Battle. Get a huge trigger. Not exactly what I wanted, to be honest, because I do want to have 2 points of damage for Kiriel's skill, but it's okay since it's playing MLB. The crit definitely will go through right now, and so having the heal is not a bad thing because I predict that I will definitely go more than 2 damage next turn. So thank you, Sunny Smile Angel. It's not a bad thing. So managed to push from 3 to 0. A pretty good advantage. I can see Blaster Blade coming down to Burst Blaster. It all depends because if he does not... Because after I take damage, I will gain additional plus 2k, so it will make me 16k. So he definitely needs some boosters, otherwise there's no point Burst Blastering my Amaros. So he definitely has all combo pieces. Blaster Duck and Blaster Blade. So he's taking a while to think. Probably thinking whether he should Burst Blaster. Oh, he does not have the Blaster Blade maybe? He caused the Starcore Trumpeter. Calls another Blaster Duck. That is weird, man. Calls the Blaster Blade, okay. Pretty okay move. But I would rather he just keep the Counter Blast to Burst Blaster to do more damage. But maybe he wants to deny by Limit Break. So he does do drive me to 3 points of damage. And he does keep the 2 intercepts, which is a good strategy. Like against certain decks, keeping more intercept is good. He gets a heal and draw. Damn, that's a huge comeback with that. So I'm down 3. 3 is a 2, so he does have the upper hand right now. But I still have a decent hand size, so hopefully I can make a comeback with it. So I will be able to call a Nausea to counter charge. So here's the combo. Call this, activate. Counter blast the first 2 cards. Add the Nausea. Call the Nausea down here. Nausea skill allows me to put 1 card from my hand to the damage zone. So most likely I will just put the Shamsiao. So I have 2 points of flip face up damage. So I place 1 card. So I can add back 1 flip down damage. So I have 2 face up. This way I can plus through Core Memory Amaros' skill. So Baby-O heal. And Core Memory to the side. So battle. You need to play very carefully with this deck. Core Memory Amaros. I do play stand triggers, that's why I'm trying not to boost with Core Memory Amaros. Draw 1, plus 1, not bad. So I'm able to maintain hand size using the counter charge engine of Angel Feathers. So hopefully I check a stand trigger. A stand trigger, excellent. So it all comes down to whether he will be able to check a damage trigger to protect himself. But I think most likely he's still gonna go through because it's a plus 5k. So pretty good. I am able to drive him to 4 damage. Pretty good. So in terms of advantage, I actually do have the upper hand right now in terms of hand size. The one thing about MLB is it does take a -2 to get its perma 12k and 1 extra crit. So yeah, even luckily he did check the double trigger just now, otherwise he will be down, he will be at a huge disadvantage. So he does call the Blaster Blade. He might be left with 1 Blaster Blade in his deck right now, because 1 is in the soul, 1 is in the damage zone, 1 is just added, which will be he will be using now to destroy my Babio. So he taps. One thing very dangerous about MLB, it is a deck that is able to damage deny all the way. So I will see that he's gonna plan to attack with MLB first, lure out that PG, and swing a Blaster Blade to drive me to 4. So he gets another draw trigger. Damn, these MLBs and their draw triggers. Double draw trigger, okay. Very cool. Activate Sentinel, unfortunately. 1 point of damage. PG's into the damage zone, but it's okay. It's okay. Damage zone PG is not always a bad thing. So we gotta plan a move properly. So right skip. So don't have any units to power up. Call the Nociel. Add a trigger to the damage zone. Add back 1 card. I could add back PGs if I want to. Probably a good idea to add back a PG, honestly, but I really want to activate the skill of Armoros, skill to draw 1. So I might have to play a little greedy here, but I actually want to see whether it's worth it. Yes, I think the PG might be a better choice. So unfortunately, I'll have to miss out on the draw to guarantee a PG, which I feel is much more worth it. So let's go. This one. So battle. So swing this. Swing to Majesty Lord Blaster. If I can check a stand trigger, I will have a high chance at victory. Come on, deck please. No triggers. He does have his PG. So it all comes down to whether this PG will save me. The reason why I chose the PG is because 1, 2, 3, and if I didn't draw the PG, I would have lost, because he would just swing 2 Regas and I'm 4 damage and die. He does have the Blaster Blade, but unfortunately doesn't have the counter track for it. So I am still quite at okay situation. So it all comes down to whether he checks a heal trigger this turn. So very lucky that I have the PG in the damage zone. He gets the draw trigger. Damn, is he gonna check trigger every single turn? He checked double trigger 3 turns in a row already. Okay, it's fine. As long as it's not the heal, it's not that frustrating. So the PG actually saved my life. So that's why I really like Injured Feathers. So let's see whether I can draw something that can help us. Ooh, draw heal triggers, not too good. But at least it is something that can stand with. I still have 1 stand trigger in the deck. I didn't really trigger much this game, to be honest. So swing. Because I could just stand trigger and stand this anyway. Draw trigger, nice. You'll see what I mean in a second. Double draw, okay, we take that. So I think he might not have a PG. He does not have the PG, unfortunately. So if he does do a death heal, what I'll do is I'll just swap another unit and try to swing one more time, and it should be game. Because the ability of the Angel, right, is you can only utilize her skill properly if she does have a. If she attacks unboosted first, then her ability goes, send her to the damage zone, call up another unit and extend attack. Then you still need to have your booster. That's why I was thinking whether I should do that, because since I don't play crits, I might as well just attack the Vanguard to the Rearguard. It does take a bit of skill to play it. So overall, a really good game. The guy, he did sack a lot, and my triggers didn't come out so much, but a lot of management did help me win this game, because Angel Feather does take a lot of brain to play, and the fact that I could have gone greedy and just tried to use Armor's skill to draw, but that wouldn't have been the best choice. Even though, yes, I do not get the +1, getting that PG in the hand was actually the game changer. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile on Angel Feather's Limit Break from the latest set. If you'd like to see more Vanguard Zero deck profiles, be sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video. So once again, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.